Hi everyone, it's Diane. I finished the 6 Traveler's Notebooks inserts that I've been working on, and I am here to show them to you and to let you know when they will be listed. I'll just start in the order in which they were created. First, I made 2 iris journals, and if you saw my process videos, you saw a good share of these, but I'm going to go through them. These are both made with lavender cardstock. It's the nice quality Stampin' Up! Cardstock. It's nice and sturdy. And they're tied with a lavender seam binding. This one has a cross-stitch piece on it that I purchased at a flea market. And I just had to cut it down a little bit. And I glued it to the cover and then added some vintage velvet ribbon, the purple and the yellow. And inside, I created a pocket with a darker cardstock and then a piece of white. So it's a double pocket, and it has this vintage lace on it with some lavender on the edges. There's this gorgeous iris playing card in the front pocket. And before I put the other things back in the pockets, this label, I just got it from, it's a new to me Etsy seller, and now I can't remember the name, but I got a couple of things from her for this book, so I'll have to put that in the description. And here is an iris printable. Looks like it's from a botanical book. Not sure where I got that. And then I used a white tag and stamped my iris stamp on it, and the story begins. Tied the purple fuzzy fiber, which is in my shop, and I have a little charm on it with a purple bulb pin, and it says kindness. Here's the gorgeous iris paper. It's a kind of a cardstock paper from Paper Studio at Hobby Lobby. I reinforced it with purple polka dotted paper because it wanted to crack when I folded it, so I just reinforced it and I edge punched the front edge of it. I did a little stenciling. And the paper is, the digital kit is from TLC Creates Vintage. And it's an Iris TN journal kit, Traveler's Notebook journal kit. This is from that new Etsy seller. And another iris card. And I purchased the iris cards from TheBrownPear on Etsy, and I'll link her shop below too. She has a lot of different cards. This is from Helen Steiner Rice book of poetry, and it has a picture of an iris on the other side. I made a fabric flip out of all vintage fabrics and vintage trim. These are the 3 colors I used in the journal: purple, green, and yellow. And this is just from a little calendar pad. From a stenciling book, there's an iris on the other side. This paper is also from Paper Studio. This is one of the cards that you put in a photo box to separate your photos, and I cut it in half. And here's one of the journaling cards from TLC Creates Vintage. So the paper comes with, the digital kit comes with 11 TN size sheets and 4 journaling cards. I used 5 of the sheets in each journal and then used the leftover piece on the front of that book. Here's another Helen Steiner Rice poem book with an iris on it. Some stenciling there from an appointment book. Another journaling card. And there's a bow paper clip. A little piece of lined paper. There's lots of room to write in here. Here's a yellow iris. Isn't that pretty? Some yellow stenciling. Here's the center of the signature. I put some purple fabric on the edge here and left the top of it hanging so it can be a tab. I didn't stencil on all of the pages. I left some of them white. I created a tag out of the leftover piece of the iris paper. This is a pocket from Vintage Fabric, and then a piece of spring green lace. So pretty, it matches that paper so nicely. And there's the iris on the stenciling page, and there's the card. And there's a purple and a green paper clip holding that card in. And there are the irises on the Helen Steiner Rice page. This is just a small index card. I bought a pack of these index cards that are just index cards cut in half, but they were pre-cut for me, and I found them at Salvation Army, so they were cheap, and I love them. So I just rounded the corner and stamped Kindness Matters and put a journaling card in there. And I love this. This was a freebie from TLC Creates Vintage, but it has an iris on it, so I used it. And then I created these little booklets. It's got patchworked fabric and lace and things, and there will be a video on my channel in a couple of days to show how I did this. And there's paper inside for journaling. And that just tucks in there. I'm going to go through the other iris book quickly because they're pretty much the same. And my battery is dying, so I'll do the other 4 in a different video. So here we have the TLC image, and I glued on the Tim Holtz chipboard phrase, "Be authentic." And I have this vintage fluffy pom-pom kind of a yarn that I glued on the edge. Same kind of things on the inside here with a playing card, and it says kindness there. I love this one. And this is from an Avon catalog, the other book, or calendar. The other book didn't have it because I only had the one page. So this book got the cross stitch, and this book got the calendar. A piece of vintage gingham there. The Helen Steiner Rice book. While I'm flipping through this, I will say that I will list these on Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. like I did the last Sunday. I listed some journals, so I'm going to do that again at 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. (2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, March 3rd. This is a piece of napkin. I pleated it up and just glued it down, and there's a guest check there, and here is the little book for this journal. Alright, so those are the iris books, and I will be right back after I change my battery to do the other 4 books. Bye-bye.